Hey, old lady, what's this pathetic food? This is exactly why I hate coming to your poor parents' house.
Not again. This woman always looks down on us, my husband and me, and talks to us this way.
You know, I'm taking time out of my day to visit you guys. You should at least prepare something nice like a steak and say, thanks for coming, and of course, it has to be a fancy one, but then you poor florists probably haven't even eaten something like that before.
Abby, that's really crossing the line. Can you please take back everything you just said? When I said that, Abby, my eldest son's wife, flew into a rage.
What? Who do you think you are, acting all high and mighty? You two are only able to supply flowers to our company because of Reed's kindness. In fact, if I wanted to, I could break the contract in a heartbeat. Know your place.
I couldn't help but sigh. Up until now, I had put up with her because she's my precious son's wife, but I have reached my limits. Abby, if you're going to talk like that, why don't you just break the contract? That might clear things up for both of us.
Oh, you think you can say that? Don't blame me for what happens next. Don't come crying to me when you regret it.
With those words, Abby stormed out of our house. What's going to happen now? Though I wonder, I'm not worried about us. Instead, I can't help but worry about Abby's future. After all, the one who will end up regretting and crying is her. My name is Allison. I'm 65 and I run a small flower shop with Clive. Though most flower shops buy flowers from special markets, in our case, we grow our flowers on the land that Clive's family has owned for generations and sell them in our own shop. It's a lot of work, but it's fulfilling to sell what we have grown ourselves and we enjoy it. Recently, we have even had customers who have sought us out from afar because they only sell it at your shop. It's moments like these that make me truly happy to be in this business. We have one son to be proud of. His name is Reed. He's turning 30 this year and already running a company. He won a student business contest in college, started his own company, and made it a big success. We helped out with some of the funds. Though it wasn't easy for us, it was for our beloved son. Reed's business combined trending AI with our family's gardening expertise and smoothly launched without any issues. He continued to grow the business, went public, and raised the company's value. His good looks, too, have led to features in magazines like Top 10 Young Entrepreneurs to Watch and Venture Entrepreneurs Carrying America's Future. Every time we heard such stories, my husband and I would laugh together, saying, "We have an incredible son, don't we? A goose gives birth to a swan." We were truly happy back then. We mistakenly thought that this happiness would last forever, but everything changed when Reed brought home Abby as his fiancée. "Dad, Mom, there's a woman I want to introduce to you both today." Reed said this before coming home. Upon hearing his words, my husband and I were thrilled. Our only son, Reed, our pride and joy. Reed was finally bringing home his fiancée. Who could this woman be who had captured Reed's heart? Could she have a personality as wonderful as Reed's? People say sons seek their mother's image in their ideal woman, so perhaps she looks like me? I was embarrassingly giddy back then. I even began imagining preparing a dress for the wedding or saving money for our grandchild. But after all, he's our only son, our pride and joy. It's natural to feel this way. So, when Abby actually arrived with Reed, it was quite shocking. Abby, who said she had been a magazine model, looked incredibly flashy, almost like an actress on television. Her bag had a big logo of a famous brand with bracelets and clothes suitable for a party. In a word, it was out of place. And what's more, as she entered our house, she whispered so Reed couldn't hear, "What a dump! This place is awful. A shabby poor house for a family home. No way!" I was dumbfounded by the unavoidable murmur. But I shouldn't judge her by this. After all, Reed chose her. There must be something wonderful about her. I thought so and led her to the living room. Once in the living room, Abby greeted us humbly and politely, as if her earlier murmur had been a lie.
"What a wonderful home you have. I'm so jealous. Reed's parents are so lovely. We want to be a happy couple just like you two."
At that moment, I was probably blinded by the fact of Reed's engagement, so no matter how insincere Abby's words sounded, I buried it all under Reed chose her, so it's fine, and bless them. Abby, build a happy home with Reed. Feel free to come and play anytime, just like this is your own home.
Yes, I'll definitely do that. Mom, I love you.
The two soon became officially engaged and were quickly married. But looking back, the time before the marriage was way too short. Now, I think it was all orchestrated by Abby to make sure she didn't lose her ticket to a luxurious life in Reed. Because right after the marriage, Abby showed her true nature. Hey, Abby, shouldn't you head back to your house soon? As I said this, Abby, who was lying on her couch playing a mobile game, replied,
Why, you said it, didn't you? Feel like this is your own home? So that's why I am here.
Every day was like this. Indeed, Abby had said this at the wedding.
I'll take care of our home from now on and make sure Reed has a warm meal every day. I'll become a proper housewife that's worthy of Reed,
she declared through her tears. But afterwards, Abby is like a different person doing nothing at all. She has cleaning done by professionals. Most meals are takeouts from our home.
Cleaning? Why do I have to do that? Cooking? It just doesn't suit my personality, you know. In this day and age, you can pay for anything. So why do I have to do it myself?
It's not you who earns the money you're spending, right?
Shut up. Reed is my wallet, so it's fine. He should be satisfied since he got to marry a beauty like me.
This woman is really something else. I can't help but sigh every day wondering why Reed married her. Reed is currently busy with a new business venture, leaving everything at home to Abby. Moreover, on the rare days Reed comes home between work, she has a housekeeper cook as if she made the meal herself. Other times, she's mostly alone, lounging around our house every day, as if I were her maid. I desperately want to discuss this with Reed, but just as Abby says, he is swamped with a new business launch and it's hard to find time. Reed himself feels sorry that he can't come home or attend to Abby and recently sent me a message saying, Mom, I'm in this situation now, so I've asked Abby to take care of things. She can spend my money freely. So Abby has become even more presumptuous. Is this really what marriage is supposed to be? Most importantly, is Reed truly happy?
I want pizza today. Hey, order delivery, mommy dearest.
Before I could say anything, Abby continues,
make sure there's plenty of pepperoni on the pizza.
Oh, I let out a sigh, not knowing how many times I have done that today. But if sighing could solve everything, it might have been better, because this woman Abby finally crossed the line. Though Reed was busy at work, Abby came to her house alone. As soon as she arrived, she said,
Hey, sell this house, and you guys go to a nursing home, then I'll tear this place down and build apartments.
I couldn't understand what she was saying at first.
Abby went on, The house is shabby, but the land is big, so we can build a pretty big apartment building. You two spend your remaining years in a nursing home, and we get rental income from the apartments. It's a win-win situation.
What are you suddenly talking about? Demolishing this house and sending us to a nursing home? Why do you get to decide that?
Shut up. You'll be 70 in a few years, right? You'll be all creaky and your legs will give out for sure. I absolutely won't take care of you. So go to a nursing home now. Trash belongs in the trash bin.
I couldn't believe it. Treating my own husband's parents as if they were a nuisance and saying things like trash belongs in the trash can? Is this woman really the same species as us? Above all, why did Reed choose a woman like this? My head was spinning with such thoughts and it seemed as if everything was going dark in front of my eyes. Ignoring my shock, Abby was saying something.
Hey, old lady, what's with this pathetic meal? This is why I hate your poor family. Ugh.
She wasn't finished. She looked down on us as always and said,
I am taking the time to come back home, so you should at least say thank you for coming and prepare a steak or something, right? Oh, of course, a high-quality one. You poor florist probably haven't even tasted anything like that.
As I stood there stunned, Clive began silently clearing the food in front of him. Then he said quietly to Abby, That's enough. Don't come back. Those quiet words from Clive seemed to wake me up. That's right. Abby, That's going too far. Can you take back everything you have just said? Upon hearing this, Abby, my oldest son's wife, became even more furious.
What? Who do you think you are, acting so superior? You only supply flowers to our company because of Reed's pity. If I wanted, I could break that contract right now. Know your place.
I couldn't help but sigh. I had been patient because she was my precious son's wife, but this was the limit. I had no more patience for her words after Clive's remark. Abby, if you keep talking like that, why don't you just break that contract? I think it would clear things up for both of us.
Oh, is that what you want? I won't be responsible for what happens next. Don't come crying and regretting later.
With that, Abby left our house with a flourish. I wonder what will happen next, but I'm not worried about us. I'm more worried about Abby's future. After all, the one who will be crying and regretting is her, not us.
Reed, your parents are so mean to me.
Abby, what's going on? I have an important meeting with a major shareholder soon.
But they're bullying me. I can't take it anymore. Let's make them understand our position. Break the flower supply contract with your family for me, Reed.
Caught off guard by Abby's sudden rant at the office, Reed seemed at a loss.
That's a big decision. We have to discuss it with a major shareholder too. Our family's flowers are important.
Cutting off Reed's words, Abby continued,
If that's the case, I'll talk to that major shareholder. If a beautiful woman like me pleads with tears, any man will agree with me.
This woman no longer seemed to bother hiding her true nature. It seems about time, so I decide to reveal myself in front of the two of them. Abby, that won't work, will it? Abby is surprised by my sudden appearance, but this is just the beginning.
Abby, listen carefully. The major shareholder of this company is my parents.
What?
Yes, that's right. When Reed started this company, in his student days, we had invested a considerable amount, and when the company grew smoothly and went public, we acquired a lot of shares as a return on our initial investment. For our son Reed, having his parents as major shareholders means the company won't be bought and sold for profit. It's like a safety measure to protect the company. Abby, too bad for you. Your beauty, your tears, such cliched things mean nothing to me. Yes, they're like trash to me. I couldn't help but laugh as I said it.
A major shareholder? So that's why the company was buying those shabby flowers from your family home? That's profit distribution. I'm reporting this to the police.
Oh dear, this woman is truly hopeless. I can only sigh. Reed takes over the explanation.
You, what are you talking about? The flowers grown at home are a rare species that only succeeded here in America. Our company's growth is all thanks to the flowers my mother and others have nurtured.
What? I never heard of this.
You haven't heard? I've told you several times before, and yet you really don't listen, do you?
Even Reed seemed astounded.
Well, it doesn't matter. I found out today, so I'm lucky. I would just forget everything I said earlier. It was just my misunderstanding.
Seeing her position worsen, Abby tries to escape, but for us, this isn't something we can overlook, and there's something else we need to tell this woman.
Abby, I have something to ask you. Did you tell my parents to sell their house and build an apartment and move into a nursing home?
In front of me, she couldn't pretend to be innocent. Abby started to make excuses in a panic.
Oh, that was... Yes, my kindness. They're in their 60s. Their legs must be weak, right? So I thought they would be happier in a nursing home. It wasn't about the apartment, really. Please believe me, Reed.
Now it's too late for her tears to affect Reed. After hearing from me and witnessing Abby's true nature, Reed won't fall for her insincere tears anymore.
Oh, I can't believe you anymore. Let's end this. We're getting a divorce.
With the word divorce from Reed's mouth, Abby seems to have realized that there's no way out.
Oh, really? Fine, I'll divorce you too, but remember, you're the one who brought up divorce first. I'll demand a hefty alimony before the divorce proceedings.
Abby still seems to think she can win.
Don't think this is over.
With those words, Abby storms out. But those were words meant for her. She must not be made to see hell. Several months pass. The divorce between Reed and Abby concludes with the payment of a substantial amount in alimony during the divorce proceedings. The one paying the alimony isn't Reed, but Abby, because Abby was having an affair. It seems that Reed had been suspicious of Abby and had hired a professional detective agency. That's when they discovered Abby's affair with a salesman from a major real estate company. Most of Abby's extravagant spending on her credit card was to enjoy moments with that salesman. The investigative report was filled with photos of Abby frequently visiting luxurious hotels and clubs with her lover. Armed with this irrefutable evidence, Reed challenged the divorce and successfully demanded alimony from Abby. From what I've heard, at first Abby was blustering.
With my beauty, some rich man will pay this alimony for me.
But after her marriage to Reed and the consequent lazy lifestyle, she had lost all her once gorgeous curves and slender neck. So naturally, nobody wanted her anymore. Had she been diligent in her married life with Reed, engaged in daily chores and shopping, she wouldn't have degraded so much in appearance. It makes me think that this incident is a consequence of her irresponsible lifestyle, where she had solved everything like cooking, laundry, and cleaning with money. From my perspective, it's just desserts. Since then, Reed has been enjoying his bachelorhood for a while. But selfishly, I still wish to see my grandchildren's faces, so I've been running around behind Reed's back looking for a suitable partner. Thanks to that, my legs have gotten stronger, and the doctor even gave me the seal of approval for my robust legs, so I won't be needing a nursing home for a while. Today, I plan to go out again, relying on a friend's connection in search of a marriage partner for my son at what's being called a tea party.